Thank you, sir.
Yes. Yes.
Back to my Lord.
Yes.
My name is Omoni Yakimola. I appear for the first to the third defendants. Defendants counterclaimant. Appearing with me is my learned friend, ID Akinwale.
Yes. Yes.
May it please my Lord.
Yes.
T.Y. Yose Sheriffs. My Lord, Yose Sheriffs is spelled I-O-R-S-E.
Come again.
I-O-R-S-E hyphen S-H-E-R-I-F-F-S.
How did you pronounce it?
Yose Sheriffs. The I is pronounced like a Y.
Okay.
Yes, my Lord. I appear for the fourth defendant to the counterclaim.
My Lord.
Yes.
My Lord, we see that this matter. My Lord, we see that this matter is a 2015 matter, and our initial our initial position,
yes,
has always been to handle this matter diligently. We are available today. We are ready to go on, my Lord.
Very well. What is the business of the court today? A cross-examination of the CW1?
Yes, my Lord.
And then about the fourth defendant's counsel.
As the court pleases.
Okay.
Yes.
So who is it, CW1? Who is the witness?
To connect. I don't know.
Okay, he's the one where.
Yes, I've asked her to connect now.
Mary, please come. My hand can reach, please press, got it. The second one, no. Okay. Yes, she has pressed it. It was something else covered it, then we touched it and it came up. Okay. It's all right now. Okay.
I've asked her to connect. Yes.
If you connect, if you pop up on the camera, yes, with her phone anywhere, she would have a laptop. It will come up on this.
But we really need your code to send to.
Yes, yes.
Send the code to.
No, they said they shared the campaign. They said they shared the code to the campaign.
When? Which one? The same?
Yes, that's one.
My Lord, if I may suggest, while they are
Yes.
tidying up Maybe he could put in his other witness.
That was what I wanted to do when, so that we could,
Make the best use of today's.
yes. Council, if you're unable to see him, maybe we proceed with the next. Okay, she's joining now. Mr. Akpojaro,
Yes, my lord.
I'm a little bit confused.
Yes, my lord.
We have cross-examined the DW1.
Yes, my lord.
Okay,
I have cross-examined DW.
you have cross-examined the DW1.
Yes, my lord.
So now today is for the cross-examination of the DW1 by the fourth
Defendant, my lord.
You have also cross-examined. Okay, you're a witness. So I made a mistake and said CW1 is DW1. Okay. Okay. So what's her name? Okay. I'm trying to. Immaculata, can you hear me? I'm not seeing her. Immaculata? I can see. Okay. It doesn't. Well, sometimes it doesn't work. Yes. You can leave it. Sometimes it comes up. It's not. Can you get to her?
Can you hear us? Immaculata.
Okay, Immaculate, I can see you. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma, I can hear you now, ma.
Very well.
Yes.
Okay. You are going to be cross-examined by another counsel. Are you hearing me?
Yes, Your Honor, I can hear you.
Very well. So remember that you're still bound by the oath you took.
Yes, my lord.
Very well. I guess you can start. So listen and answer to what to the questions, please.
Yes, my lord.
Okay.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
I'm going to ask you a few questions
Okay, sir.
and would expect that you give answers as clearly as possible.
Yes, sir.
So where do you live? Where do you live at the moment?
I stay in Owerri now.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Are you currently employed?
No, sir.
Yes.
My lord, I believe that there are possibly other witnesses in court. I believe they should be out of hearing if there are any other witnesses in court.
Okay. Other witnesses. In this case, please go out of court and out of hearing.
I'm most obliged to the court.
Yes.
So do you live? I'm sure you live somewhere. Where you live, is it a rented apartment or your personal house?
Rented apartment.
Sorry.
Yes.
Now, you had made a statement, and your statement, you stated that you had applications to have meetings of your union, and those meetings were not allowed to be done when you were working at Federal Palace Hotel. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I don't really get the question. That's what I'm trying to understand.
Okay. Any moment you don't hear me indicates so that I can know.
Okay. Okay. Can you come again with the question?
Yes, you had stated that that's while you were working at Federal Palace Hotel.
Yes.
While you're working at Federal Palace Hotel, you
Yes.
stated that you were one of the union executives.
Yes. The vice.
And you had wanted to hold a meeting of your union, and you were not allowed to hold those meetings.
Yes.
Okay. Where did you attempt to hold those meetings? Was it at
We-
Federal Palace Hotel?
Of course, Federal Palace Hotel several times.
Okay.
Yes.
Were you prevented from holding your meetings elsewhere?
Yes. You were not allowed to hold the meeting outside or inside because as a union, if we were to hold the meeting outside, it means you will not be present at work.
Yes.
Yes, but you do not have by all means to hold a meeting at Federal Palace Hotel for it to be a meeting. Is that correct?
I didn't get that. Can you come again, please? I didn't hear you very well. Sorry.
Yes. You know that Federal Palace Hotel is a business premises.
Yes.
Now, if for instance, I want to hold a meeting there with a group of my friends, and I go there, if I want to get a space to hold that meeting, I would have to get that space
Okay.
and pay for it.
Okay.
Or I'll have to buy some drinks. If I want to eat, I'll buy my lunch. Is that a
Okay.
practice there?
With the staff, or you mean with the customers?
Generally.
Generally, yes. With the staffs, no. If you mean with the clients, yes, but with the staffs, no.
Okay. Now, when you were employed,
So, Council, sorry to
okay.
butt in.
Yes.
I hope you know that we have a limit to the cross-examination.
Yes, my lord.
Just 30 minutes. The sitting is 40 minutes.
I would actually go less than that, sir.
Very well.
Yes, my lord.
Okay. Yes.
So if you are going to have your meetings, you would require premises to do that?
You require permission from the
Did you
general
ever
manager.
attempt from the
Attempt
federal
what?
manager? So did you ever pay for a venue, or you wanted a
Yes.
free venue?
No, before we came into the old wing, before we came into the new wing, in the old wing, we always have meetings, and this always goes through the HR. HR appoints a place for us to hold this meeting, which has been happening not just today, but as soon as we moved into the new wing, they didn't want us to do union anymore, so they didn't even want to hear about it anymore, and that was it. So there was
Okay.
no room for us to even hold, not talk of acts. Even if you ask, is declined, no matter how you go about it.
But in your statements before the court,
Yeah.
you never indicated anywhere at all that you were ever allowed to hold any meetings at any point in time.
You have never asked me this question before. This is the first time you're asking about it. In all order of the old wing, we have always held meeting. Even to today, where we do our normal, sometimes we do a general meeting. So we have a place allocated to staff to hold the meeting. So this is the first time you're asking me the question.
Yes, but you made a statement which you have tendered before the court as your evidence.
Can you rephrase the statement, please?
I say you have made your statement, your evidence. You have presented your evidence in court before.
Mm-hmm.
You have front-loaded.
Exactly what? Because from all the statements I made, there was nowhere that I said the Federal Palace Hotel refused or anything. Because from my statement, we tried to hold meeting with them several times, which they declined. So I'm not really sure what you really, your question is, because this is the first time you're asking me this question particularly.
Okay. Now you also claim, do you know, you also claim that Z Slater Nigeria Limited is not a recruiting company.
You and I know that is the truth.
No, I'm
It is
not. I don't know. I'm
In
asking you.
Abuja, if you go to the Ministry of Work, it is not. If you went back to register them after you guys decided to scam us, then it's a different ball game. But before you guys brought all about Zashilata, it was never registered. Even the GM himself, thank God he's alive, he also stated it, that this was only used as a fraud. And it's not like he stated it in the private, he stated it in the public. And we have a letter which he signed and we signed as a union. So it's not like I'm the one making it up. The GM himself also stated that.
I think you missed my question. I asked you that you said that the claimant, you say that the claimant is not a recruiter company. That was what, so what I had expected from you.
Yes, and that's why I'm trying to expatiate why I said so.
Okay. So apart from Federal Palace Hotel, where else have you worked?
I have worked with or many other companies. I've worked with, before I came to Federal Palace at all, I worked as a waitress in a fast food, and I also once worked as a teacher. So after Federal Palace, that was it. I tried to get jobs, but Federal Palace wouldn't allow it.
So can you mention any other place, the name of any other place you worked?
Mr. Beats and Sweet Sensation.
Okay.
That is before Federal Palace.
Mr. Biggs and who? Okay. Yes.
Do you know if either Sweet Sensation or Mr. Biggs, whether any of them was a recruiter company, as you stated?
Like you would know, Mr. Biggs, I didn't go through an agent. You, Zashilata, claim you are my agent. You are not.
Your answer?
You didn't recruit me.
It's not audible.
Can you hear me, ma?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I think that your answers are actually longer than the question, but I can hear you.
Can you hear me now? Hello, can you hear me now? Can you hear me? I can hear you, but I don't know if you can hear me.
So,
can you hear me?
I can hear you 100%. Can you hear me?
sorry.
All right, I can hear you.
Can you hear me now? My Lord.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, my Lord. I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Hello.
Okay.
Remove your earpiece and put it back.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Can you hear us?
Yes, yes, yes. I can hear you. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
My Lord, I understand it's a technical issue.
Can you hear me now?
The modem. Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Okay. Can you
I
can you speak so that I can hear? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Well, we can't hear you. We cannot hear you.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
So remove your earpiece from.
I've taken it out.
From the phone.
It's no longer
Remove
there.
it from the phone and replug it. Okay, you're not using it again.
Yes.
Okay.
Can you hear me now? I can hear you.
She says she can hear you.
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Okay. And let them transmit it.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
So you have said that you
Give
worked
me
with
a
Mr.
flash.
Biggs before
Yes,
and Sweet Sensation.
yes.
When you were employed by Mr. Biggs, was Mr. Biggs a recruiter company?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, first of all, I went to Mr. Biggs by myself to
Was
submit
Mr.
my
Biggs a
CV.
recruiter
That is what
company?
I'm telling you. I
So you
went just
answer me yes or no, please.
the same way. I am not in court with Mr. Biggs, sir. I am not in court with Mr. Biggs right now. I am in court with Zashilata. I am not in court with Mr. Biggs. I went into Mr. Biggs to submit my CV and I was employed. The same way I walked into Federal Palace Hotel, submitted my CV and I was employed, sir. And presently, I am not in court with Federal Palace Hotel because Federal Palace did not end, Mr. Biggs didn't end up presenting another company claiming to be Mr. Biggs, sir. So,
My Lord, I would pray the court to that the witness answers the questions because we're making an inquiry into facts. Witness,
Counsel,
yes, ma'am.
when Mr. Biggs or Sweet Sensation employed her, recruited her,
Yes, my Lord.
so
Was-
you're asking her whether they are
Whether Sweet Sensation or Mr. Biggs were a
recruited?
recruiting company when they employed her.
As supposed to outsourcing or something.
My-
Because okay.
Yes, my Lord. My Lord, because in paragraph 16, no, in paragraph 30, subparagraph A of her process, she made a statement. And so I want to get clarity because I'm
She
heading
made a statement to what effect, please?
That-
I want to.
that a claimant
Yes.
is not a recruiter company. Yes. So the fact is that she has been employed by other entities before. Were those entities recruiter companies? She has to answer me yes or no.
I can't answer you yes or no because I'm not in court with Federal. I'm not in court with Mr. Biggs.
No,
And-
Immaculata. See,
My lord, my lord.
yes, he's cross-examining you.
Yes, my lord.
But, Federal Palace was not a recruiter company.
Zashilata actually not. They
Okay.
are representing Zashilata.
So he's asking you whether Mr. Biggs or Sweet Sensation were recruiting companies.
That's why I answered him. The same way I walked into Mr. Biggs, I submitted my CV with them and I was employed.
Yes, I know. You're right.
I am
for
not in any dispute.
I don't know.
Yes,
We
Your
know
Lord.
we have your case file for
Yes,
the
my lord.
for the information of the court.
Yes,
Just
my lord.
answer that question. Yes or no?
Mr. Biggs definitely is a recruiting company for them to employ directly, not going through the back. They are a recruiting company, if that is what you want to hear.
Both. Including Mr. Biggs.
Yes, my lord, because I went in and submitted my CV. I didn't go through a third party like Zashilata is claiming.
Yes.
Since you've worked at Federal Palace Hotel, I believe that you have a bit of understanding about how the hospitality industry operates to an extent.
It depends on what you want to know.
Fantastic. Now, you live in, recall that I asked you where you live currently, whether it's your own house or you are a tenant there.
Okay.
You don't own the house, but you live there.
Okay.
And you exercise every right of possession in the house.
No, I don't.
Rights of possession, not ownership.
No, I don't.
You sleep in the house.
Go on, I'm listening to you.
You
Yes, I sleep in the
house.
For the fact that I pay the rent does not mean I can come out and do maybe decide to throw my waste bin upstairs to the next building, claiming that I own the house.
So despite the fact that you pay the rent, you are not in possession.
How can you be in possession of a house that you are renting?
I'm sorry to interject his cross-examination. Number one, seeking an opinion of a witness on a matter that is not related. I think it's unnecessary.
It's 30 minutes.
As a cop, please.
Stop it.
As a cop, please.
So I'm leaving him because he's cross-examining. He knows what he has in mind. But if I were you, I just go straight to the question.
My Lord,
Put it to him.
Yes.
This or her.
You
know what you want. I can't stop you.
The witness is evasive. He's not answering even the questions. And so the witness need to answer the questions that are put to her because there's a reason to these questions.
So that, okay.
Yes.
That's why I said, if you could go straight to the reason, question her on that. It will save your own time. Because this is a very old case.
Ask the court, please. My Lord, may I ask request for the exhibits?
When this thing was you shouldn't have called. It's 1 o'clock, isn't it?
Can you hear me?
Very well, sir.
When were you employed at Federal Palace Hotel?
I was employed in 2010. Yes, I think so. That's 2010. Pardon me, it's been a long time. So I've had a baby. I don't think I'm going to have all the dates and times in my head. So.
Well, if I tell you that you were not employed in 2010, will it shock you?
It won't shock me because I was in Federal Palace, let's say around 2008, 2009, 2010. Those are the time frame when I was probably employed, maybe around 2008, if I'm not mistaken, because I was in Swiss Cessation 2008 and left shortly after there and came to Federal Palace. So.
I'm going to show you exhibit C1.
Okay.
What is that? What's the title?
Employment contract.
Employment contract. Okay.
I believe that you tendered that document. Now, I will show you the last page of exhibit C1.
Go ahead.
Can you see it?
No.
What is that, Cancer? To help us, to help the courts,
yes,
and everybody. You can read it out.
Thank you, my lord.
Listen very well, Immaculate. Okay.
Yes, my lord.
Employment contract dated 16 July 2008.
Okay.
Addressed to Immaculata Odidika.
Okay.
You signed that document, did you not?
That's exactly why we are in the court. Are we
Did
not?
you sign that document or not, please?
The third one, please.
Dated 16 July 2008.
Okay.
You signed that contract document, did you not?
Yes, I signed the contract document, which
My
David
Lord, the
Kligo
witness has stated that she signed that.
Yes,
She has answered my question. She has answered my question, and I need to let the court know that she has answered.
no,
that she signed that.
as she's saying, I'm recording her.
As the court pleases.
Yes, I've recorded what she said.
My Lord, it's her document, so there's no point, hyperventilating about it.
I can't really see exactly what you're stating that I signed, but I know I signed a document with Federal Palace Hotel. And that's why I'm asking, because I can't see it. So if it's Federal Palace Hotel, yes, I did sign with Federal Palace Hotel.
You did sign?
Yes, with Federal Palace Hotel. With Federal Palace Hotel. Tourist company, yes, I signed with them.
So where is that document or contract you've signed with Federal Palace Hotel? Where is it? Where is that contract you signed with Federal Palace Hotel?
Exactly. That is why we are in court, because you signed
a contract.
I don't have it. I don't have it because David has it. He promised he's going to make corrections. He told Ministry of Union that there was fraudulent in the contract he presented to us. And he promised, the document is there, the letter is there to prove it. He promised that he would change it and send another one to us.
When was this promise made?
It was
when
signed.
Was this promise made?
It was made around 2015 when we started the union process. And that's one of the things that linked up to it. Yes. David Kligo went to Ministry of Union. It's there. Ministry of Works. It's there. The letter is there. I was a witness. We stated to him, because we've had this meeting several times, that there is fraudulent. We are working for Federal Palace, not Zashilata. And he himself, the letter is there. If the lawyer can present it, he signed it, stating that, yes, it was a fraud because he lied to us that he has bought Federal Palace Hotel. He said it, that he has bought Federal Palace Hotel and tendered us a document stating now we are working for him because he owns Federal Palace. By the time we find out that he's not the owner of Federal Palace, we dragged this issue to the Ministry of Work. And he stated there, my Lord, that it was fraud.
But my Lord, the witness is actually
so
not.
I don't have that document because I rejected that document. I don't have it. I think
that no witness is. That's why sometimes it is proper that, or even ideal, that a witness may be in court, because when they sit remotely, sometimes they think they can do.
David Kligo should be in court as well, because I'm lying against him.
The witness is stampeding the court, is not allowing questions put to her. She's not answering questions put to her. She's over-talking the time of the counsel, who is cross-examining. I had asked her. My summary of what the witness said, my Lord, is that even though she had commenced work with Federal Palace Hotel in 2008, she claims that that contract was discussed only in 2015.
No, we signed with Federal Palace Hotel when I started working, sir. When the new wing was built, that is when David Kligo came back to us and told us that he has bought Federal Palace.
No, that's not the point. The simple thing
your questions and I will answer you.
The simple thing you should do is answer the question straight and don't elucidate.
And that is what I'm asking
now,
you.
You signed a contract with Federal Palace Hotel in 2008.
Tourist company, yes.
In 2008.
Yes.
Where is that contract document?
It is not with me, it's with the management. And David Kligo refused to release them to us until we moved to the new wing, which he claimed to us that he has bought Federal Palace. So everything concerning whatever we have signed is now disregarded because he has bought Federal Palace Hotel Company. He has bought it. So it's no longer going to be under the Hebrews. This was what he told us. And there's a letter backing it up because he signed it. It's with the Ministry of War.
That's like, okay. So you had to wait for 7 years.
We didn't have to wait for 7 years.
Before you had to bring up the issue.
When you're
You
dealing with the
remember they said
management.
they moved from the old wing of Federal Palace to the new one.
Yes, ma'am.
They just moved, and the same year she started working. From what she said, I know you said she's talking too much, but I now have a clearer picture of what happened. So,
my Lord, the witness worked from 2018 to 2015. That's at least
2008.
Yes, my Lord.
You said 18.
2008, my Lord, yes. Till 2015, and brought up the issue of a contract only in 2015.
I thought I heard us. Okay. What did you want? That's what they were dragging it until.
Yes.
They never allowed.
My Lord, I want it to be on record that witness claims they dragged the issue of a contract.
My Lord, let me state, excuse me, sir. Let me state it very well. My Lord, I came to Federal Palace Hotel. I signed with Federal Palace Tourist Company, and work was going fine in the old wing. Everything was going well. All of a sudden, the new wing was opened around that 2015 because none of us suspected anything because we weren't given most of all these documents, and it's the truth. David Kligo called us up one day and said he was going to have a meeting. There's so many witnesses to back it up. He claimed to us.
When was that new wing? When was that new wing opened?
I don't have all the numbers in my head, sir, but David Kligo stated to us that he has bought Federal Palace Hotel. If you were walking in my shoe, he said he has bought Federal Palace Hotel. He brought a lawyer, even Mr. Kofre behind him also was represented coming around that time. He told us that Federal Palace has been bought by them, which is Sun International. And now he brought in this document claiming that Shilata owns Sun International, has bought Federal Palace Hotel. So that all the other documents we have signed is disregarded, that they are the new owner now. Do you understand what I'm saying? And immediately we saw that document, we signed it off because first of all, he deceived us into signing it. And then secondly, we were in a room, no one was allowed to go out with that document. No one. Even the only staff that tried to sneak it out was fired on the stand. So he told us he has bought Federal Palace Hotel. He doesn't want his information to leak because he wants to secure everything. That was the lie he told us. And everybody went ahead and said, okay. Then after a while, he told us that at the end of that year, by the time we moved into the new wing, that he now owns Federal Palace. We later found out. We later found out that he does not own Federal Palace. We later found out that he does not own Federal Palace. And that was when the issue started, sir. That was when we started fighting over this. We found out from the Hebrew.
You remember vividly every fact about your employment, except as to when you resumed work.
Excuse me, sir. I remember very well. For your information, we've been dragging this case now. It's almost 6-7 years.
Immediately you conclude the court to rise.
My Lord, because it's not me. It's the witness, my Lord.
But the court has told you, I record the witnesses verbatim, almost. And if at the time I'm summing up the case, I find out that all is a surplusage, the courts can take any action it deems necessary.
As the court pleases.
Yes. We don't have to start now to sift which particular sentence we want. Please let us proceed.
As the court pleases.
Yes.
So state exactly the date you resume work with whoever you said you work with at Federal Palace Hotel.
What do you mean by whoever I worked with, sir? Can you state what your question is? There's nothing like whoever. I worked with my 2 legs into Federal Palace Hotel, tourist company. I submitted my CV at the front desk.
He said,
and I was
when did
employed.
you start working?
That was around 2008, ma. That was when I started working, my Lord, because I left Peace Sensation that same year, and I started working in Federal because they are very close. So I walked in
It's
there.
on record.
So you signed a contract document when you resumed work.
With Federal Palace Hotel.
Very well. Very well.
Federal Palace, tourist company. That's who I
My lord,
signed.
she signed a document with Federal Palace Hotel
It's on record.
as the places. Now, have you heard of the name 4 Points by Sheraton?
Yes, I have.
Yes.
So
Finally.
hello?
Finally. Are you still, do you still have questions?
Yes, my lord.
Please go ahead.
So I was going to draw your attention to a very sensitive point, but your arguments have derailed the issues.
You can,
Now,
maybe you're trying to lie. That's why you think I have derailed it. But if you're on the truth side, I don't think you have a problem answering your question, sir.
No, Immaculate, you know, this is a council. Take it easy. He's doing his work.
Yes,
Please.
my lord.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Give him his due respect.
Yes, my lord. Please go ahead. Ask any question you want. I'm available.
So if, for instance, I am a hotelier.
The question, the answer will be her opinion. Yes, opinion.
Thank you, my lord. Thank you, my lord.
So if being running a place as a hotel, most of the premises that Mr. Biggs uses for their restaurants, you've worked in Mr. Biggs, so I'm going to put this to you. Most of the premises they use, they do not own those properties.
I don't know about that because I never went to court with them. All I know is that Mr. Biggs is one. I don't know about anything you're talking about.
Fantastic. So yes. It does not mean that because you work for Mr. Biggs, it's necessarily Mr. Biggs that owns the building.
The Mr. Biggs where I worked owned the building, owned the company, sir. The Mr. Biggs where I want is owned by them, sir.
Fantastic.
So please, I would appreciate you just ask me the question because
Fantastic.
I'm getting confused with what you're going about.
Not a problem.
Easy. He does it.
That's the problem.
Yes. Yes.
Sorry. My lord, will rely on the exhibits before the court.
Yes.
Which bears the witness's signatures. The witness has made profuse assertions, allegations of certain documents, and will put the witness on notice to produce the documents that she claims that she has to front load or to prove her case before this court.
Okay, apart from the ones before the court.
The room is open.
Okay.
Yes, my lord. So the witness wishes to contradict the evidence before the court. The witness is put on notice to produce contrary evidence.
Well, but remember that if she says something, if like you said, she wants to contradict you and she does not bring anything to contradict, it's no more your business. You have said your own. The court will determine whether
As
she
the court
has done.
pleases.
Yes, just don't worry.
As the court
Do your
places.
bit.
As the court places.
Yes.
My Lord, and I also
In your
want to,
final written
on-
address,
on-
21 full days.
as the court places.
Yes.
And on a final note, I just want to emphasize that the witness had said that even though she lives in a rented apartment,
Mhm.
that she should not exercise possession of that premises.
It's on-
Because it's going to become,
Says
it's
so.
going to be
Are you the owner of the plot where you live and own the house? You need to
Immaculate-
stand in the line of truth, sir.
Hey, you have to stop.
You people have encouraged foreign companies to treat us badly, and it's unfair.
My Lord, I did not
When you
ask the
say you
question.
people, whom do you mean?
I mean him representing Zashilata, which he knows that Zashilata never existed. And there's a
Okay.
letter that stated that the GM, I want our lawyer to present that letter, my lord.
That-
There is a letter the GM signed claiming that Zashilata is a fraud, and he will correct it after we complain. That he will correct it, that it was an error. He will correct it. There's a letter he signed.
Time to do all these things.
Okay.
Don't worry yourself. Just answer your questions and that's
Thank
all.
you,
My
my
Lord, we'll rely on the exhibits before the court.
Yes, in your final written address, you can go to town on that. And
As court places.
yes. Okay. Re-examination. Okay. 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 Immaculata, they are done with you. They're finished with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my lord. Thank you very much.
We wouldn't want to, you won't appear again because they are finished with you.
Thank you, my lord.
Right. Okay.
My Lord, we have one more witness in court.
Today.
No. I even want to seek for an adjournment. We are doing the way people valedictory of our late chairman. Please let me finish what I am saying.
Wait.
Let me finish what I am saying.
Mm.
You can't just be getting up and be flying up and be interjecting. My Lord, our chairman.
Yes.
Our chairman.
This guy, I made this type of.
It's
long.
I don't know.
Even the junior ones, the decorum they maintain is quite.
Throughout his cross-examination, I sat down unless when it is necessary for me to say, oh, this is an opinion.
Okay. What reason are you?
My Lord, if it's ready, I am ready. I will boycott it, but I'm just informing the court that my friend, a classmate of our former chairman in the Ikeja branch, died. And we're doing the valedictory service for him at the Ikeja High Court this evening by 2 o'clock. I'm supposed to have been there. I want to inform the court. If the court is willing, I will boycott it and call my next witness. We go ahead. I'm not afraid.
If only you know what the court had to.
I know.
To be here.
I know.
Counsel. Counsel. You know, yes, this matter is one of the oldest cases here. And I know you would want it to have even been concluded last week, not even tomorrow, yes. But as it is, honestly, I think we are unable to proceed today. Instead, we'll bend backwards and give you a date that we couldn't have given you. Like a date in November. Eh? Mm. You can imagine the docket of the court then. Yes. You just come one more time and we take that one. And the other ones are, documentary. Okay, is that what you mean? But remember, you're for the Clement. You want an April date. Okay. 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 Mary, bring our there. those of them that came yesterday, I told them that they should forget November. And we know that December is not very stable because we don't know when they declare the vacation. So December, at least from 14th, we should not be taking dates. So, and all these days are so full. So let's take, is there any January? January.